In the 16th century, white Europeans invaded many African countries with the intent to steal precious resources, including human beings. But try as they might to subdue the indigenous peoples, one warrior queen always managed to take her seat at their table. Or perhaps it would be more accurate to call her a king. Hello, little birds, and welcome to the library. I am Tish Raven, and this is True Tales. Njinga of Ndongo was a fighter from the moment she was born in 1581. The umbilical cord had wrapped around her neck, and so her name roughly means to twist. Her father was the Ngola, or king, of her people, and her mother was an enslaved concubine. At an early age, she showed promise with the battle axe, and so she was allowed to train with the military. She became a fierce warrior, but she was never just a blunt instrument. Her mind was as sharp as her blade. She was an excellent negotiator, and she learned how to play the political game like a chess master. For many years, Njinga fought beside her father against the invading Portuguese and their Imbangala mercenaries. The Imbangala warriors were much feared in the region due to their fierce military and their religious practices. And by that, I mean ritual cannibalism. When her father died, Njinga's brother Mbandi took the throne by force, murdering any rival to his power, including Njinga's young son. Mbandi, however, was a weak ruler, and the Portuguese began to gain ground in Ndongo. Njinga was sent to negotiate a treaty, but when she arrived, she found that no chair had been provided, only a mat on the floor to belittle and subjugate the African diplomat. In a historic move that still makes a statement today, Njinga ordered her attendant to get down on all fours and conducted the rest of the negotiations while sitting on her back. She also wore opulent traditional garb to send a message loud and clear to the white invaders. The African peoples are not subordinate. Just a few years into his reign, Ngola Mbandi died under mysterious circumstances, and Njinga took the throne. This was a bold move for many reasons. Not only was she born to an enslaved mother, but Ndongo did not have a tradition of female rulers at this time. Njinga needed something to secure her power, so she turned to her old enemies, the terrifying, cannibalistic Imbangala warriors of Matamba. The peoples of Matamba were accustomed to women ruling, so conquering them was a smart, strategic move. To solidify her rule over Matamba, Njinga engaged in traditional Imbangala ceremonies, even drinking human blood. This wasn't the first time she'd used religion to gain favor with a foreign power. She'd been baptized as a Catholic when dealing with the Portuguese. Religion was just another chess piece on Njinga's political board. While the support of the Matamba peoples helped, she still needed to convince her own people of her ability to rule. Since a queen ruling on her own was unheard of, Njinga declared herself king. I mentioned the word Ngola before, which was a term reserved for men in a ruling position. like a king. Today, the country of Angola derives its name from this word, and Njinga is considered the mother of Angola by many. After declaring herself king, Njinga began dressing in men's clothing. She took multiple husbands and ordered them to dress as women to complete the image. Whatever it took, she would be the leader her people needed. Njinga fought Portuguese colonizers throughout most of her life. She even led troops into battle into her 60s. She was a master of guerrilla warfare and adopted a hit-and-run tactic that frustrated her enemies to no end. Contemporary accounts describe her running into battle with a sword around her neck, a battle axe in her girdle, and bows and arrows in her hands. After a decades-long stalemate, the Portuguese negotiated a peace treaty with the Angola that lasted until the end of her life. She ruled well into her 80s, and during her reign, she appointed many women to both military and political positions of power. Of the 104 years after her death in 1663, women ruled for at least 80 of them. Thank you for joining me in the library, little birds. I am Tish Raven, and I bid you good reading.